Chief, we, found a body. My radio crackled to life. Oh, who is it? We don't know. I think you should see this. We shared an annoyed look with Johann. The bloody amateurs. They were making our lives miserable since we left port. A few deaths during interstellar travel weren't something extraordinary. Tensions get high, people get stabbed, and the crew makes it look like an accident for the insurance money. Practice as old as interstellar shipping. But to have a crew incapable of identifying a body, now that was something new. Coming with you, Johann said, the body must be all over the place if they have no idea who the hell it is. I met Johann when we worked together on the George Hamlin. The pay was nice, but the owners were crazy, so I left, and Johann followed soon after. We worked together ever since, slowly climbing the greasy ladder of the shipping industry. It's good to have someone you can rely on when things get stabby, and Johann was such a guy. We left the mess hall, entered the elevator, and went to the cargo hold. I informed the captain on the way. The security guys were gathering at the other end of the place. So I yelled at them, "You idiots figured out who got killed yet?" They didn't answer. They just stood there like the morons they were. We walked up to them, past the massive blue crates, and Johann pushed one of the guys out of the way. We looked at the mummified body, then at each other. He knew it, and so did I. Those damn greenhorns had no idea. "Yep, we are dead," I said, scratching my scales. They looked at me as if I had lost my mind. I contacted the captain. "Captain, yeah, no idea yet, but the beast is here. Captain, you and I both know that locking us in here won't stop the damn thing. The protocol is stupid. Yeah, I'll keep you updated." We were dead men walking, I knew it, but my calmness still surprised me. Johann didn't seem nervous either, and the idiots still had no idea. They should have. It was one of the oldest sailor tales, the grandfather of all the ghost ship stories. The first contact occurred some 1,000 years ago, give or take. A ship left port with full cargo, entered interstellar space, and arrived at its destination. The catch? The crew was dead, mummified of all things, and the goods were left untouched. Who did it? Definitely not pirates. They would have taken the merchandise, and the ship was barely scratched anyway. Was it the competition with an elaborate revenge plot? But why would they turn those poor sods into raisins? Or maybe some weapon tests went wrong, or even worse, horribly right. Nobody knew the answer, and the event dominated the headlines for a few weeks. Not the scientists, nor the military, not even the hardened sailors could figure out what really happened, and things went back to normal after a while. Everyone outside of some weird conspiracy theorist forgot about the tragedy when around a year later, it happened again. Except this time there was a survivor. Not that he was of much help. That poor sap was catatonic when they found him. All he could repeat was, "The beast. It's coming. The beast is coming." It was only the second time the beast attacked, so public opinion still went with the coincidence option. Strange. Strange for sure, but one catatonic sailor and a few mummies were not going to shut down interstellar travel. The third time, however, enemy action was proven. Some of the crew survived the attack. They even held on to their sanities, but they didn't make much sense either. They talked about a monster that hunts in the dark, preying on those who leave the safety of a light source. They survived because of some torches and flares. They huddled in a small circle until their ship crashed into the orbital port of Callan. Funny how when shit hits the fan, it's always Callan. The locals probably aren't that amused, though. They named the creature the Starlight Beast. I don't know why. It only hunts in deep space, far away from any stars. I suppose some idiot felt artsy, for the damn thing preferred to stay in the dark. Even after the third attack, it was believed by many to be just a sailor's tale about cursed ships, a prank to make the rookies crap their pants. But then an infrared camera caught one on tape. Bless your lucky stars if you haven't seen the video. Words can barely describe that thing that hunts in the darkness of interstellar space. Its face, if we can even call it a face, had no eyes, but was full of fangs and weird insectoid needles that drew blood and water from its victims. Its massive claws could cut through steel and rested on muscular appendages, not quite arms or legs, but something in between. But the hair was the worst. Dark tentacles waved on its head akin to a legendary creature of human myths, and each had an eye at the tip. Its body constantly shifted and turned as if waiting for something, until the beast noticed the camera. It then just disappeared from view. No, not left the view, it fucking vanished, without moving a limb. The guesswork began right on cue. Some said it was a creature from another dimension that accidentally found our space. Others argued that the beast was disturbed by the ever larger volume of interstellar travel, its natural habitat damaged or ruined by us. So it lashed out. The more religious types said the beast was sent to punish the sins of the wicked being the vulgar sailors and other good-for-nothing space rats like me. From my point of view, they can eat shit. Someone noticed that ships carrying humans were barely attacked, and human-owned vessels were spared altogether. Even stranger, the beast never fed from humans. If one of them got caught in the crosshairs, it was a clean kill, no mummification. This led to some anti-human sentiments, but business was quick to act, and most companies made sure to hire at least a token human for each trip. Anyhow, the beast became not an everyday occurrence, but it would attack a ship every year or so, becoming a calculated hazard. With many millions of trips annually, you would have a bigger chance of winning the lottery on the same day on 2 different worlds than running into the bugger. Lucky us, I guess. The rookie still didn't understand what was happening, so I smacked the closest one on the back of his head. Starlight Beast, ever heard of it? It finally hit them. Johann pulled out a cig, lit it, and offered me one too. I only smoke when I drink, but this was a special occasion, so what the hell, I took it. Chief, what are we gonna do? One of my security guys asked me. The hell do you mean, what are we gonna do? We die. Johann chuckled as he blew out the smoke. But we have to do something, the Bylox kid said, the one that followed Johann around like a puppy ever since he saved him in a bar fight. He annoyed me from day one because, truth be told, he did not belong with us. He was far too bright to be stuck in dirty cargo holds and repair shafts, working a dead-end shipping gig. Johann saw it too and grew a soft spot for the kid. He made him promise to leave once he had enough money and go to college, or something along those lines. Johann let out another puff and cleared his throat. All right, you know the drill. Grab all the light sources you can get your hands on. Lamps, torches, lighters, I don't give a damn. Grab whatever you see. Just as he finished talking, the big light bulb on the ceiling exploded, sending shards of glass all over the place. Right, our lovely beast was allergic to lights and was smart enough to take them out. We rushed out of the cargo bay. There were more lamps, but none of us wanted to stay there with the damn thing. I radioed the captain again. It's in the cargo bay. Yeah, it just took out the big lamp. Lock it. I'm not going back in there if I can help it. So we lost the lowest deck. 3 remained with 22 crew members. And the week started so damn well. We got out of the elevator and into the mess hall, where the captain waited for us with the rest of the crew. They already had some torches on them. Did you see it? She asked. Like hell we did. We bolted when the lamp exploded. I spat. The captain kept her nerve, for what it was worth anyway. Not like the beast was going to lose its appetite because of courage. All right, she said. We'll split into groups of 3 and... Split up? Are you out of your mind? Warren asked, glaring at the captain. We need to get into the lifeboats and get as far away from here as possible. Tranner, tell her, he said, pointing at me. A lifeboat isn't going to save your ass, I answered. It's light that matters. The beast will cut the electricity and suck you dry in the dark. You will have nowhere to run in a boat. Well, I'm leaving, and anyone with half a brain will come with me. This ship is cursed, he spat. And you, he yelled at Johann. Aren't you humans supposed to be our lucky charms? Why didn't you keep the beast away? I reached down to my belt and gently grabbed my gun, while Johann folded his arms and flexed his muscles. Warren leaned against the wall and felt up his knife. I was ready for a fight, but the captain stopped us before the brewing altercation could go down. Let them leave, boys. It's not like the boat will save them. Nobody moved. Come on, grab the torches, and let's get to the bridge. Don't make the beast's job easier. She was right, but I really wanted to punch someone. The Tvalani bastard took his chance and left the room. He grinned at me while leaving, though he made sure to take the opposite exit. Then, like a flood, people started to pour out after him. There were 9 of us left in the end. The captain sighed and nodded. All right, to the bridge then. No, Johann said. We can't give up the ship just like that. I smiled to myself. Ah, the humans and their spite. Lord Crennan could tell a lot about it if he weren't too busy being blown to shreds at the Rocky route. Staying alive is more important. You are right, Captain. That's why we need to make the beast fight for the ship room by room and deck by deck. If we huddle up at the bridge, the beast will cut the lights everywhere and wait until we screw up, or run out of flares. Didn't know you were a fan of our little guest. I toyed with him a bit. Can't wait to get my shirt signed, he grinned. The captain shook her head. Okay, flares at every door, both sides, and keep a few on yourselves too. Turn on the lights everywhere, and always stay with someone. Pair up everyone, hurry-ups. Grelly, the Bylock's pup was sticking to Johann, so I grabbed the Tvalani gal, the captain's assistant, called Nell. Fuck, they were so young. The 2 growlers went together everywhere, of course, so that left an older Bylock's man with white fur and the other Sassani. It was probably for the best. We didn't mesh well together with Sulfur. The captain motioned at us, and we got to work. I took the elevator with Nell and the growlers. The rodents got out on deck too, while we went to the top. Is it a good idea to leave them alone like that? She asked as she played with her blue braids. Hell no, but we have to hurry. We got to the bridge level and lit up everything we could, from the cockpit to the common room in the back. Lamps, LEDs, and even machines that made a bit of glow. We went through everything. Suddenly Nell screamed bloody murder and pointed to the corner. It's here! I blew a flare on instinct. Its bright green flame covered the whole room like a tiny star, and I pointed at the corner, sparkles spilling all over the place. The corner was empty. Not even a potted flower stood there. I looked behind my back and moved my left hand up and down, realizing my shadow startled the Tvalani. Girl, I sighed. We have to be more careful with the flares. It's 5 days until safety. We need them to last. I took away the broken rod from her she tried to ignite. It was probably the first time she held a flare. Yeah, sorry. She knelt on the floor and sighed. Why us? Somebody had to be. Chin up, girl. We are still alive. I set up the backup torches, and we went back to the mess hall. Johann and Grelly had already returned. They lit up the cargo bay. Johann's got some guts. No doubt about it. What's up, he asked, nodding at the visibly shaken Nell. I should have worn my brown pants, buddy. The girl's a real screamer. I grinned while tapping her shoulder. I cast a scary shadow. The Bylocks and my Sassani compatriot returned with the captain. They brought bags of equipment from storage. We were waiting for the 2 growlers. Obviously. I looked at Johann and he nodded. We are going to check on. Before I could finish the sentence, the elevator dinged, and a single growler joined us.